the size of the page is scary. I had to blow up the fonts, so you have to use reading glasses. First I want to say good evening. I hope you're all having a great time. You're all here because you're all here to touch the life of Brendan and Lindsay in a special way, whether they were growing up or in their grown lives. And on behalf of Brendan and Lindsay, Laura, my wife, myself, and the groom's parents, I want to welcome you all. Thank you all for sharing this special day with us. Our daughter Lindsay is a source of happiness. She has a great sense of humor, a kind and generous heart, and a gentle soul. She's a joy to us. She has demonstrated a strength of character that is beyond what her mother and I could have ever expected out of her. Those of you that know Lindsay, it should be no surprise to you that getting married in December is what you would expect. I mean, Christmas music in our household starts with Lindsay's, speakers blaring out the door before Halloween with Christmas music. On a personal note, though, her mother and I are pleased that her goals in life have evolved beyond her original goals of becoming a Stater Brothers clerk checker. As she was growing up, she would always go to our cupboard, pull out all our canned goods, set them on the kitchen table, and then she'd get out our tin Chianti machine, the old one with the tape that was attached to it, and she'd begin inputting and practicing and preparing for her grocery store clerk career. Her master's degree in business and marketing surely changed that. Lindsay has a smile that can brighten any room and melt any man's heart, including the father. As her father, I always knew someday she would get married. And in all honesty, I really never gave it a second thought after that. Probably because I was afraid it would hurt too much. But today is someday. Every father hopes that his daughter will someday have a man who believes that he's worthy of his daughter. And that's not an easy set of requirements to fulfill. But in Brendan, I've seen a commitment to Lindsay that goes beyond any physical attraction that probably brought the two of them together. In fact, Brendan has demonstrated thousands of times in his thoughts and in his actions that he considers Lindsay the most important person in his life. This is something that's rare today. So, as her father, I can say I'm quite pleased in Lindsay's selection for a husband.
Woo! Oh, I couldn't do that over here, huh? I can do that again, though.
I can remember Brendan coming over to our house with all of Lindsay's friends. And I would say to Lou Bell, and that's what I call her, why don't you date Brendan? He seems like a nice kid. Plus, he likes golf. That's my favorite pastime. And she'd always assure me that, Brendan's just a good friend. So a year or so went by, maybe even longer than a year or so. And Lindsay would have her share of boyfriend troubles. During those problems, Brendan was always there to console her, comfort her, and make her feel better. Well, I recognized right then that Brendan wanted more than a friendship, but Lindsay didn't have a clue.
Again.
Well, finally, Brendan made a move, and he asked Lindsay out on a date. Lindsay was so confused on what to do. She didn't want Brendan. She was confused on whether she should date Brendan. She was afraid that if she dated him, that it might end up like her other relationships, and she was just scared of losing her very best friend. Well, we all know how that turned out for you, Brendan. Welcome to the family. By the way, you and I both share something very special in common. We both married our best friend. Good job. So, Lindsay and Brendan, marriage is a meeting of two minds, two hearts, and two souls. Your life together is just starting out, and it will take many turns along the way. You'll have your ups, you'll have your downs, but your commitment to each other and to God is the center of your marriage. You'll have a solid foundation to build a successful, lifelong marriage. We love you, and we wish you the very best. I ask you now all to please raise your glasses, as it's my pleasure to toast the bride and groom, Mr. and Mrs. Brendan Carroll. Congratulations, and God bless you both.
That's got to be so hard to say.
Nicely done, nicely done. Put those hands together, ladies and gentlemen.